Hey everybody, welcome back to Get Fit With Me or Stay Fat, whichever, day 74. Jumping right into goals. The last few days I've been actually really kind of hungry. I kind of kept a lid on it. I didn't go too far over that 1500 calorie goal, but today I was just feeling it. So I was like, all right, this isn't a craving. I just need a little bit more. Tomorrow is Friday and I'm gonna be kind of like in a fast, definitely going meatless. I might try like seriously a bread and water fast, which is what is recommended by the Blessed Virgin Mary when she had some apparitions. I know that I say that like very kind of cavalier, but I don't know how to say it conversationally. But the funny thing is that bread nowadays is not like bread back in the day. Back in the day when you would mill bread, it would actually go bad very quickly. And in order to make it a lot more shelf stable, they've separated like the germ and the different things. Like there's 3 parts to it. I don't really remember what it is. But anyway, the flour that you get right now, it's great. It's super shelf stable, but it's not very nutritious. It's mostly just gluten. Gluten's not bad either. Gluten is just the protein that you get from grain. It's theorized that because of crop modification and things like that, that people are more sensitive to it. So, all right, fair enough. I don't feel like the bread nowadays is the bread that like maybe she was recommending. And it's not like I can shoot a text to find out or be like, hey, can I substitute popcorn? Which, side note, I've had a lot of today. Anyway, my calorie goal for today ended up being 2191 and my protein ended up at 119. I'm pretty happy with that ratio. That's a pretty good ratio. Rob made this awesome meaty quiche with like bacon and breakfast sausage and steak. So that had a bunch of protein. I kind of had a sweet tooth, but still wanted more protein. So I had a Core Power with milk and then got home and was just like, I would like some popcorn, please. I would like a lot of it. And I had some fruit and things like that too. Like that's cool. Coffee, under 20 ounces, nailed that. Oh, sleep goal. Yep, like 12:15, 12:20, did a really good job. Exercises for today, I decided to do something a little bit different. So in the past, I've used my little orange rectangle, to monitor my time. And I've generally done that with 2 to 5 exercises. I kind of decided to use it today and do just 2 rounds of 10 exercises. See how that goes. I am trying to incorporate stretching into the exercises more because again, stretching is super boring. And with the 15-second intervals, it'll end up being about 25 minutes total. And then following that, I'll be on the bike. I'm excited to put some stretches into these exercises. It really is one of those things. I know that it's so good for me and like my knees, my legs are feeling so much better today since I did some stretches yesterday with my exercises. So if I can do both together, like that would be great. Because honestly, stretching is super boring. And I don't know, maybe when I voice over during the exercises, I'll tell you what I think of yoga. Spoiler alert. It's a different way to be really boring. All right, well, I just got done with my first round. I'm gonna be videoing for the second, but I feel the need to tell you. So I modified the snow angels. It's a great idea. There are some noises. I'll give you a listen in a second. And the other was the weighted leg lifts. I was like, oh yeah, no, I can't do these. So I modified that to be a knee to chest ab exercise. So, and you guys, the clicking, the noises, have a listen. You hear that? I hate to disappoint you. Round 2. So this is the first exercise that I mentioned modifying. It was supposed to be a snow angel plank, and as you heard, that was not the greatest choice. So I ended up doing plank rows and didn't really realize how much effort it would take to do a plank for a full minute at a time while doing rows. So I actually ended up alternating back and forth between hand. It was supposed to be a full minute of a plank row left, full minute of a plank row right. Obviously, I was not able to sustain that. And it was the same with the weighted leg lifts. The weighted leg lifts were supposed to be a full minute weighted leg lift on the left, and then on the right, I just ended up alternating, keeping a track on the time so that I was doing about an even amount of time per leg. And I did end up getting about the same amount of reps. I cringe a little bit watching myself continue in these planks just because I'm getting so lopsided, but really looking at it with a kinder eye, what I really see is me struggling with stamina and endurance and not doing too badly. I'm actually really proud of myself for the amount to which I was pushing myself and the amount to which I kept going because I really wanted to stop. So yeah, is the form perfect? It is absolutely not, but at the same time, it's a lot better than it has been, and I know that I'm making progress, which is great. And for the weighted leg lifts, again, I feel really good about these. Just the fact that I'm able to keep going. I do have to alternate legs, but I don't ever stop. And those weights are 5-pound ankle weights, so they're not exactly light. I feel really good about this. The deep lunge shoulder flies were not as good as I wanted them to be. They were supposed to be a really good psoas stretch in addition to being a shoulder workout. One thing that surprised me was how hard it was to maintain my stance in this deep knee lunge. As you can see, I need to take breaks here and there. And it was actually a decent stretch, but it wasn't very easy for me to do these exercises in, so I don't feel that these deep lunge stretches while doing other exercises are really as effective as I would like. And that's unfortunate because I know that I keep saying this, I know, but stretching is really boring and I would like to find a way to do it while doing something more interesting. It's kind of like being on the exercise bike. If I can be on the exercise bike and watch YouTube, it lets me focus my energy on 2 things at once and makes the time go by faster. It's the same with stretching. With the knee to shoulders, yeah, I definitely could not do these as like a full leg lift. Doing a full leg lift with the weights on my ankles, I very quickly felt the strain and knew that that was going to be a quick road to injury. So going knees to chest was a lot easier to manage. Keeping the weight closer to my body meant that I wasn't putting the same force specifically on my lower back and my psoas. Roll-ups, always fun, really easy to do and kind of a lot of bang for my buck. So I always like these. And what's nice is that whenever they start to get too easy, I just challenge myself by choosing a heavier weight to lift over my head. Initially, I don't think you're supposed to use weights, but I feel like it's such an easy and obvious modification to make it more challenging and keep doing a great workout. Side plank dips. Yeah, these were really hard to sustain for the full minute. I was really proud of myself overall because while these exercises were whole full minutes, and I was able for the most part, except for these exercises, to keep moving the entire time, it really challenged my stamina. I mean, really challenged my stamina, which I think is great. But at the same time, it's also a little bit frustrating to feel like I'm supposed to just keep going. But what's really cool is that when I actually add up the number of reps that I do, the number of reps that I do per minute end up being between 20 to 30 reps. So with 2 rounds, that still ends up being between 40 to 60 reps total, and that's about the amount that I would do in a regular workout. All right, everyone, well, that does it for me tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. It's awesome to be here with you. I'm just gonna hop up on the bike now and cool down. Whew, like a person who takes care of their body. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 75. All right, well, that's my cool down. Have a great night, everyone. See you tomorrow.